This is the Contax T2, a beautiful Japanese-made point-and-shoot camera from the 90s. It was announced in 1991, and that just so happens to be the year that I was announced as well. It weighs roughly 300 grams, is just about 12 centimeters long, 6.6 centimeters tall, and 3.3 centimeters thick. Here's just how big it is compared to a roll of film. My main point-and-shoot camera, the Ricoh GR1, full video coming on that soon, a Canon DSLR, and a Pentax 6-7. It comes in a titanium finish that looks like a warm silver. It's not quite silver, so here's how it looks like in comparison to a silver chrome Leica MP. While it is small, it does have some thickness to it. So here's its size in comparison to a Leica. Its finish is smooth and matte, and it isn't prone to fingerprints. Everything about it, from the text on the front, the font choice, and the way it's embossed on the top, feels carefully considered. In the hands, it feels compact and dense. Nothing about it feels cheap. Even the subtlety to the ergonomics. It sits into the palm really nicely, and it has a slight bump for your thumb and a ledge for your fingers, and it makes it really nice to hold. Just holding it in the hands gives you a sense that the people who made it really did put care into its design. You switch the camera on by turning the dial on the top, and out comes the lens. If you continue turning the dial, you'll be able to set the lens to manual focus, all the way down to 0.7 meters, and anything in between. And next to the focusing dial, you'll find the self-timer button that shows you that it's engaged with a red indicator. And next to that, a shutter button that is glossy. On the left is the film indicator that tells you how many shots you've made, and an exposure compensation dial that allows you to over or underexpose your film in half-stop increments, up to a maximum of plus or minus 2. At the back of the camera, you'll find the viewfinder that very cleanly sits flush into the camera. And it also has a small window to show you what film you're using. On the side, you'll find a tab to open the film door, and below that is where you can attach a wrist strap. Also at the bottom is a battery door and a rewind button. Now this camera does automatically rewind your film into the canister when you're done, so you'll only need to use that button if you want to rewind your film mid-roll. There's also a very lightly engraved font at the bottom and a tripod screw. On the other side, you'll find another design subtlety that looks really good. A black edge with a slight lip that has a slightly glossier finish. But the main attraction of this camera is the beautiful lens that it has. A 38mm f2.8 Zeiss Sonnar lens with a T-star multi-coating. This coating provides a slightly higher sense of contrast, with a more punchy tone and more saturated colors compared to a lens with slightly less coatings. The lens barrel is ribbed as well, and that makes it slightly easier to turn, and on the lens is where you'll be able to adjust the settings. When it's set to f2.8 in green, everything is automatic, but when it's on any other setting down to f16, the camera then only decides what shutter speed to use, and the shutter speed goes from 8 seconds to 1/500th of a second. It also has two flash modes. The one with a single symbol is a regular normal flash, while the one with two symbols fires a quick pre-flash to alleviate red eye. Now these days, this camera is pricey, but it's not all just hype. In the hands, it does feel like a quality camera. Well made and thoughtfully designed, all the little things come together to make it feel like it was carefully crafted. And if you value the design of something, then you are, in a sense, getting what you're paying for. But beyond its physical form, what makes it really special is the pictures that it makes. If you're interested in a deeper review on this camera with many sample pictures where we focus more on the lens, the optical qualities of it, how it handles contrast, backlight, and how it feels like to use in actual shooting, stay tuned, and in the meantime, check out the other reviews I have on this channel. And if you want more hands-on videos like this, subscribe and I'll see you in the next video.